Tenants can't keep up.
Are you telling
Stress.
us now that this is the kind of stress you are putting your landlords through to collect rent from you? Don't worry. You're welcome to Moment of Truth.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Please, can you tell my audience your name, please?
Yeah, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, from wheresoever part of the world you're watching from. I'm Peter Emmanuel.
Okay, Peter man, I want
Yeah.
to ask, do you own a house in Lagos or you live in a rented apartment?
No, presently I live in a rented apartment in Lagos.
Okay. So what will you tell us about living in a rented apartment in Lagos? From the
Oh,
process
wow.
of searching for the apartment and
Certainty
living with the
living
landlord
in.
or landlady.
Sincerely, saying this might burst a lot of bubbles, but the truth is this. Living in a rented apartment in Lagos, I can't say of the days of our forefathers or our early ancestors, but presently living in Lagos is, especially in a rented apartment, would I say frustrating living in a rented apartment in Lagos?
From the way you are sounding, there's a lot of grievances, a lot of
Ah,
anger in you. So would you like to share one or two experience
yeah,
you've encountered searching, like trying not living now, like
searching
take it at a
from the
time, one
point
at a
of
time, like
searching.
searching, trying to get an apartment where you live in. What is the experience since you have acquired
Okay,
that?
yeah. From the point of searching for an apartment in Lagos, the funniest thing about that of Lagos, or its peculiarity, like some may call it, is that there are so many episodes you need to encounter in a process of searching for an apartment here in Lagos. And when I'm talking about an apartment, I'm talking about a rented apartment for now, which I happen to own. Is it from the point of getting an agent who would help you search for the apartment? Let me start with that. Because in Lagos, you cannot, even if you see to let written on an apartment, you cannot just go there and say that, yes, I want to start living there, I'm interested.
What if the landlord maybe you saw to let and landlord happens to be by
Lives
the
there.
gate side and you saw the man or the lady, can't you pay and
Yeah,
move in?
hopefully that's what we'll think, because one of my rented apartment I've actually happened to live in. I was fortunate that I thought I was fortunate to meet directly with the landlord because he happens to own a building in that apartment where he stays with his family. Then the building at the back happens to be the one he letted out. Only for me to meet the landlord, and he gave me a number to speak with someone. And I asked him, sir, I thought they said you are the landlord. They said, yes, he's the landlord, but he has an agent who happened to be the one in charge of the house. Only for me to discover that it's like the agents and the landlords in Lagos have a kind of communion, or would I say a cult, whereby they happen to look for a way to extort money from citizens searching for apartments in Lagos. I don't know of other states because I've not been to other states, but that of Lagos has been so tiring and demanding, and it can burn you out financially. And that is why I don't blame some tenants, whereby they also to go and get the funds for the 1 year, the agent, the service charge, and everything. Then subsequent months after, it is always a problem between that tenant and the landlord. Why? Because the tenant can't keep up with
Are you
that
telling us,
financial
are you telling
stress.
us now that this is the kind of stress you are putting your landlords through to to collect rent from you? Because
Well, left
when you
for
are saying
me.
some,
Yeah.
are you talking about yourself?
No,
Because
I'm not talking about me because presently,
are you stressing your landlord
no,
when they
I
try
am
to
not.
renew?
I am not
Are you
because
sure?
I am not because my rent is not a due.
Okay. Oh,
My rent is not, but I have some tenants who I met in that
oh,
apartment.
okay, okay.
I have like two tenants who I met in my present apartment, whereby their rent has been due for 3 to 6 months. And it's
Wow,
always a case of shouting in the company every time.
wow.
Tenant will be telling, don't you know things are hard? Don't you know the economy is this, the economy is that? Simply because of what they just had to stress themselves, burn their energies out in order to get that 1 year funds they gave to the landlord.
Are you justifying are you justifying the fact that it's okay for tenant to stress landlord with rent just because agent collected agency fee?
Oh,
Is
no,
that
no, no,
justifying
no,
it?
no, no. Sincerely, I'm not of that opinion. I'm
Okay.
not of that opinion because my mind is this: once you see an apartment you like, you're sure you like it, and you know it's an apartment you've always wanted, and you have the funds to get it, it's okay. You get it. You get it. But in a situation whereby you have something else in mind, no, that's not right. Because then even the landlord can sue you. The landlord can sue you because normally you are supposed to pay for any apartment you are in as long as it is rented. You are supposed to pay for it. Once your rent is due, you are supposed to pay for it. If presently you don't have funds to pay, there is a way you can relate with the landlord. Sir, please, I just need few times. Not that you will now take
So
it as you
so
want to pay vengeance back. No, it's not right.
so this agency, like agent helping someone to get an
The apartment,
apartment,
yes.
is that the job those guys do solely, or it just like an side hustle for them?
The truth is this, agents in Lagos especially, I keep emphasizing Lagos because it's like they see Lagos is peculiar. Everything about Lagos is peculiar. Even the bad things in Lagos is peculiar. It's
Okay.
like they now see the bad thing as a way of life in Lagos, which sincerely it is giving Lagos a bad name, and which I hope that the Lagos state government would one day see this video and hear this cry out. We hear this cry out to the Lagos state government.
Yes, I want to
They should
ask,
find
talking about
they
Lagos
should
state
find something
government,
to do to agents.
I learned that Lagos state government saying that no agents or landlord should collect um more than one
More
year
than
rent.
1 year.
But is it true? Are people still paying more
Sincerely,
than 1 year rent? And
sincerely,
agents still collecting 2 years caution and 2 years agency fee?
agency fee. Yeah, sincerely, the law has been passed for like 2 years before now.
Okay.
2 years before now. But till now, agents still collect 2 years. Some collect 1 year, but
Agency fee on
yeah,
rent.
agency fee.
Okay.
Agency they still collect agency fee. They collect service charge. They collect damages. They just come up with different kind of things depending on how they view the person and depending on the desperation they see on the face of the individual. But sincerely, Lagos State has passed that law for over 2 years now, not to collect more than 1 year. But it's just something sad to know that some places in Lagos they still collect 2 years.
Yes, talking about the age damages you
Okay.
talk about, it's not what they call refundable conscious fee.
Yeah.
So, from your experience living in Lagos and moving from one rented apartment to another, have that fee be refunded to you, or you know anyone that are living in an apartment and where the person is living, refundable conscious fee is being refunded to the
Mm.
person?
Well, I've not seen anybody who got to the funds back. Just as you said rightly, it's supposed to be a
It's
refundable fee.
refundable,
You
yeah.
understand? Once the landlord assesses the apartment, once you're about leaving, that okay, nothing, no damage has been done to my properties. My properties are still as intact as I give this tenant. He is supposed to refund the money. But
No, I'm laughing. I
mm,
was living in an apartment. So
mm,
I was living in an apartment before I moved into where I'm currently living now.
okay.
Do you know, I paid this caution fee, and when I was about leaving, I make sure the house was in shape. But when the agent came and inspect the house, he said one of the sockets to the wall is not well fixed.
Mm,
As a result, that will not collect my. How much
how
to
much
buy
is the
this
second?
socket? No, the socket is not bad, but the screw is not well fixed to the
Mm.
wall. I said, how much to buy this socket? Socket is not up to 1.5. Because of this, you're now holding up to my thousands I've paid to you. So the thing is actually crazy.
Yeah, yeah. The truth is this. Some landlords will always find a way not to pay that money back. So they just find something else in the apartment. They could tell you that maybe there was a time you were supposed to clear the grasses in the
Ridiculous.
compound that you didn't clear it. So he paid for it. So he had to deduct it. Sometimes they will tell you that NEPA, there was a charge NEPA brought. There's a charge NEPA brought. They will
Okay.
just find something.
Okay, that is the process of getting an apartment. Now
Mhm.
let's delve into living in a rented apartment. What is the rest of mind you get? Are you actually enjoying your money? Like, are you actually enjoying the space you pay for? Because the
Mhm.
duration at which your rent is running, you're supposed to take ownership, to take dominance of that
Mhm.
space that you paid for.
Mhm.
In Lagos or places you live, does
Mhm.
that happen? Do landlord or landlady intrude into your privacy? Do they come and tell you how you're supposed to live in the space you pay for? Whether the landlord is living with you in the same house or living far away.
The truth about living in apartments, in rented apartments in Lagos is this. The first thing I would say is this. Once you're seeking an apartment and you've gotten the apartment you so desire, get ready for the worst in Lagos. And I don't mean that on the bad
For
side.
the worst?
Yeah, and I don't mean that on the bad side in the sense that,
Please explain. I'm
see,
interested.
landlords, especially in Lagos, have this domineering attitude on tenants. They have this domineering attitude on tenants. Like they have forgotten that you are the ones doing them favor, renting their apartment. They feel like they are the ones doing you a favor. The truth is this, there are houses everywhere in Lagos, but they've done it in such a way that they frustrate you to get to the apartment. And the frustration continues when you're in the apartment. My present apartment now, is actually a shared apartment. It's actually a shared apartment where I have other tenants too with me. But the truth is this, the landlord would come up with different things, different rules that even while getting the apartment, it wasn't stipulated. It wasn't stipulated. In a situation whereby the landlord begins to tell you that there are certain levies you need to be paid, which was not in the terms and agreements, even despite the fact that I already paid some agency charges, some refundable charges, which now they've turned to become non-refundable. So that's why I say in Lagos, if you're looking for apartment, see, just get ready for the worst. As long as it's an apartment that you so desire, just take it up. Just take it up like that, because Lagos landlords can frustrate you. Once you start living there, just know that things might not be 100% on your own. I'm talking from reality, not talking from them say or hearsay, because I've been a witness. I am presently a witness. The point is this, I'm not saying there are no good landlords in Lagos. They are good, but it's just that the percentage of the bad has overshadowed
The
the
good
good,
ones. Okay.
coupled with the problem agents also bring. I don't know the association agents and landlords. Some agents has not taken it as a full-time job. They don't have any other thing. I feel it's supposed to be a side hustle, just like you earlier said. But no, it's no more a side hustle. They just have like a mini kiosk in one place. People who can't even afford a shop, they can't even afford an office space where they pay yearly for, they will just have like a small kiosk, just have like a small board outside the shop, right? Agent looking for, are you looking for us, are
Two
you searching
bedroom,
for us,
three
that
bedroom,
I'm telling you, just
duplex.
like
I
a
used to
small
see
wood, they
them.
can't even have a signboard. You understand? And they are the ones who will be collecting 100,000, 200,000, collecting times two of the normal landlord
But
price. Does it make sense?
doesn't. To wrap it up, I will want to ask, Lagos is surrounded with Ogun State,
Yeah.
which is arguably not far from the main cities in Lagos.
Mhm.
So we do advise people to live in Lagos, that works in Lagos, or
Okay.
you prefer they live in the neighboring villages in Ogun State,
Okay.
while try journey to Lagos every day for their office
Mhm.
runnings.
Yeah, the truth is this. Yeah, a lot of people presently are trying to live that lifestyle. But the truth is this. Would it be right for you to work in Lagos and be living in Ogun State? Sir, the truth is this. I believe 90% of people who do that is simply because of financial constraints. Nothing else.
True.
It is only if you have a property that you built in another state, then I can understand that, okay, yes, you have a property built somewhere, but you work somewhere else. But how can you? It's just like you paying rent in two different sites, because you pay rent in terms of transportation here in Lagos, then you pay rent in terms of accommodation in Ogun State. Does it make sense? How much do you earn as a worker? How much do you earn? The best thing is you live where you work. It's going to be like a peace for you, because you don't need to think of transportation. Truth is, the transportation in Lagos State can be hectic at times. You understand? Because if you're living in Ogun State, you need to wake up as early as 4 a.m., 5 a.m. to get into Lagos in order to beat traffic. You understand?
So
And when you
this
close
problem
before you get
this
back home,
problem now, who is supposed to solve it? Is it the government? Is it the landlords? Is it the people looking for accommodation? Is it the tenants? Is it the agents or lawyers? Who's
yeah,
supposed to solve this problem?
yeah. The solution of the problem starts with the owners of the states.
The
And when I
government.
mean the owner of the state, I'm talking about the government.
Okay.
The
But
truth
but
is
but already
this.
pass a law.
Yeah, they already passed the law, but it's just like in a house whereby the father sets some rules in the house. Okay, this should be the time the kids should be back home. Once it is 7 p.m., everybody should be at home, but you are not enforcing it. Understand? The government, especially Lagos State government, has passed the law. Yes, they have passed the law. They've done like 50%, but the remaining 50% happens to be with enforcement, and that is what we are lacking in Lagos State.
That generally in
They
Nigeria.
need to enforce it. Yeah, generally in
In
Nigeria,
Nigeria.
our government sets up rules, but they don't enforce it.
Okay.
If they can enforce it, I'm sure it will go a long way in making life easy for
All right.
Lagosians.
Thank you so much. Thanks for coming on our invitation and here to share more light on landlords and tenants in Lagos. And this is a moment of truth. Nothing here is targeting anybody. People are just expressing how they feel towards particular topics. Stay tuned. We'll be back shortly.